will be prohibited from doing certain things, and you will be required to do other things. A good example of this is the FBI raiding a medical clinic for giving essential workers who have been exposed to COVID-19 vitamin C intravenously. Now, we've had multiple studies that came out of Asia and other places where they said, look, we had people who were very sick with this. We gave them vitamin C intravenously. We had very good results with this. The same reason that people were using hydroxychloroquine, azithromycin, and zinc. Because they said, look, other people have been doing it. They've been getting good results. So why can't we do it? Oh, no, you can't do that. Not until the CDC and Fauci says so. So your problem is you didn't say, Mother, may I, or Big Brother, may I. You know, you got to say Simon says, or Fauci says, or the FDA says you can do this, right? Doesn't matter how much evidence you've got. And it doesn't matter if you're the doctor and this other person who's the patient, if you both agree that it's the treatment that you want. You know, the doctor in a free society, you go to a doctor because you trust them and you trust their judgment. They give you their opinion, their advice, and then you take that advice. And many times it's highly technical, so you want to get a second opinion from another professional and make sure that they both agree because, you know, it's something that's not finished. They're practicing. They're still practicing. Science is never finished. It's never established. All these people who say, well, we have a consensus on this. As I've said over and over again, real science is never finished. And every breakthrough in science comes about because somebody has questioned the conventional wisdom, because they have defied the scientific consensus. Every breakthrough. So anyway, what happened in this particular situation in Michigan? FBI agents in hazmat suits, because we're talking about vitamin C here, folks. We're talking about something that is unapproved for this particular use by the FDA. And again, as we pointed out, going back, was it a month ago or whatever, when they were saying, well, we're going to need all these ventilators. And I said, fine. You know, if this is a war, what would you do? You would have the federal government getting people to manufacture these ventilators. But the FDA is saying, no, you can't have these ventilators unless we've first inspected them. You know, we had a whistleblower that said, we've gotten all these medical supplies, this protective personal equipment, and so forth. And we've got it in boxes. We can't even touch the boxes until the FDA inspector gets here. We can't even, take the individual boxes out of the overall crate, because if we touch anything before the FDA inspector gets it, he will destroy everything. That's the way these guys operate. And so you had FBI agents in hazmat suits equipped with respirators. They ought to give this up to some people who actually need it. They raided a medical clinic last week after a doctor reportedly gave high-dose vitamin C to essential workers. At Allure Medical, quote unquote, we are offering high-dose intravenous vitamin C to all essential workers who are exposed to COVID-19, said Dr. Charles Mock of the Allure Medical Spa in an unaired local media spot earlier this month. Before Fox 2 Detroit could air the segment, FBI agents raided the clinic on Thursday. The FBI, along with the Department of Health and Human Services, raided Allure Medical Spa. And just before 8 o'clock in the morning, they surprised they didn't go to the spa owner's house, do a Roger Stone number on him, right, with the press there. They could scare everybody away from doing any intravenous vitamin C. And understand, this is not something that's peculiar to this. Intravenous vitamin C has been recommended by Linus Pauling and many people going back decades, talking about it's very effective for a lot of different things. The first thing you ought to look at with some of these things, and again, the adult way to approach all this stuff is like they're doing in Japan with stem cell research. Here in America, the FDA says, we're going to ban it. You can't even use your own stem cells, something they've never done before. They always call that a biologic. In other words, it's not a drug that's being manufactured. It's taking out your own cells, your own fat cells, separating out the stem cells from the fat cells by putting them in a centrifuge and then re-injecting them in your own body, all of it your own stuff. The FDA has never claimed that it had authority to do that, but they're doing it. Now, in the way it operates in Japan, they say, first you show us with stem cells or with anything else, you show us that it is safe. And if it's safe, then you got 10 years to prove that it's effective or whatever the time frame is. And so with vitamin C, that's not going to hurt anybody. They could easily prove that it's safe. Why wouldn't they let them do that when there's a lot of evidence that it is very effective with this? Allegations that the clinic provided fraudulent treatments for COVID-19, that the clinic did not observe proper protocols to protect patients and staff from the virus. So they're saying you didn't keep social distancing or you didn't wear masks or something like that. They're not saying that there's some issue about the vitamin C. So they've not made any arrest yet. This is not a typical evidence response team search. We would not normally do what ends up being more of a document-heavy search. But because of the concerns that we don't know what we're walking into, we have specialty teams here with appropriate personal protective equipment. Let me tell you something. They need to use, the FBI needs to put on their hazmat suits, their respirators, and they need to shut down these bioweapon research areas that Fauci is funding. That's what they need to do.
I'm always excited about InfoWars Life products. They're amazing, they're cutting edge, you love them, I love them, and they fund the InfoWar in the face of the globalist onslaught. But we have come up with a new product over a year in development that is amazing. The only organic hand sanitizer on the market with organic essential oils on top of it. And there's another innovation. It's the spray cap. It doesn't just pour out a bunch of thick, gross goo, but it's high quality and aerosolizes it in a really great way. I like to put it on my hands, rub a little bit on my face. It's got organic alcohol in it, so don't spray it right in your eyes. But I just love it personally as something that's a moisturizer as well. So this is a real innovation. I don't know why others didn't think of coming out with a hand sanitizer that actually has essential oil in it so it doesn't dry you out, it smells great. It's so refreshing. This is a big winner.